morning, boys and girls. It's Miss Lisa, the art teacher. Welcome back to my table of art, and welcome to the new year, 2021. Let's hope this new year will be a better year than last year. Although I do have quite a bit to be thankful for, but I'm still hoping for a better 2021 year. So, back to art. Today we are going to be making an abstract collage. It's inspired by an abstract German artist named Claudia Chaseling. Claudia is known for her massive works of art that are usually done on cement floors or walls, and it's just drippings of colors and organic shapes and absolutely beautiful. And what we're going to do is we're going to do some small version of what she does and hope that you enjoy it. I'm going to be sending everybody a piece of white construction paper, a piece of cardstock, a piece of aluminum foil, and it's going to be packed in a grocery bag. Do not throw the grocery bag out. We need it for the project. Okay? So, today is going to be all about collaging, making lines, adding color, cutting and pasting, and just having fun. So, what I'd like to start out with is I'm going to start with our construction paper. Let me put this over to the side. We don't need that yet. And the first thing I'd like you to do is hold your paper up and down, which is in the vertical position, up and down. If I held it in this position, it's more of a horizontal position. We're going to be working with it vertical, top to bottom. So I would like to bring my paper down, my screen down, so you could see what I'm doing on my table, okay? So come on down, grab your crayons, because we're going to need crayons for this. We're going to need washable markers. We're going to need scissors. We're going to need glue. So let's get started with crayons first, okay? So come on down. Let me get all these pieces of paper out of the way. All right, so now I have my paper in this vertical position. I'm going to grab my crayons, which are behind me, and we are going to start at the top and go all the way to the bottom. We're going to grab one color, any color, makes no difference, and we're going to make a line. You can make any kind of line you want. Don't forget, we have wavy lines, zigzag lines, dotted or broken lines, loopy lines, bumpy lines. But for now, I'm just going to start with a straight line, and I'm going to start with it at the edge of the paper, and I'm going to bring it straight down. I'm going to make a few of these lines, and I'm going to put them close together using the same color. Straight line, straight line, straight line. Then when I'm done with a couple of my straight lines, I'm going to switch the color of my crayon, and I'm going to create another line. I think I'll do a wavy line. So from top to bottom of the paper, we're going to make a wavy line, and keeping them close together so we could add a lot of lines on our paper. Because the more lines, the more interesting our paper is going to turn out, and the more beautiful our collage is going to be. Collage, that's a big word. What is a collage? Well, it's simple. It's just an assemblage of different forms. We're going to take our paper that's going to be colored, and we're going to cut and paste it onto another piece of paper with foil, and that's creating the effect of a collage. I've switched my crayon color, and now I'm going to create another type of line. Can anybody guess what type of line I'm making right now? If you said zigzag, you are so smart. If you didn't know, now you do. Zigzag, like a zipper. It zigs back and forth. Zig, zag, zig, zag. Remember, Each time you make a new line, change your color, but make a few of each line. Don't just make one of the line. Make a couple. Make 3 or 4. And keep them close together. Zigzag, zigzag, zigzag. Okay. I think I'm going to make another line. This one I think I'm going to make a dash broken line. Can you see it? It's dashes. It's a broken line. It's not a solid line. It's dashes, one after the other. Let me see if I can bring it closer for you to see. Can you see it better now? See the broken lines? They're not one solid line. They're broken. Broken lines. Dash, 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 dash. And I'm going from the top of my paper to the bottom, and I'm keeping the lines close together so I can get a nice variety of lines on the paper. Isn't that great? Alright, now I'm going to switch my color again. What color should I do this time? Well, I've got cool and warm and cool and warm. I guess I'll do a cool color. Maybe a nice green. Yeah, I got a green here. I think I'll make a loopy line. Loop-de-loop-de-loop-de-loop-de-loop-de-loop-de-la. See how I'm looping this line? Looping, 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 looping. And remember, line is one of the 7 elements of art. Line is an element of art. And guess what else we have that's an element of art on this paper? Can anybody guess what the other element of art is? I'll give you a hint. I switch it each time I make a new line. Did you say color? Wow, you guys are so smart. Color is another element of art. We have line and color. Fantastic. All right, now, you may not be done, so take your time, but I'm going to move on to the next step. So I had my paper in the vertical position, and guess what I'm going to do now? I'm going to flip it over to my horizontal position. Left to right, horizontal, like the horizon in a landscape. And I'm going to do the same thing from top to bottom. I'm going to make some lines. Okay, so let's start. I'll find another new crayon. This looks like a nice one, blue. And I'm going to start from the top and go down to the bottom, making lines, making a couple of them, the same line, in the same color. Look at how nice my lines are coming out. I'm going to add another one down at this side. You see how it's going in the opposite direction as when we did them before. Now I'm going to change my crayon and I'm going to pick another line to do. I think I will make this one loopy. Loopy, 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 loopy. Looks pretty good, doesn't it? Remember, we're starting at one end of the paper and ending at the other. Loopy, 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 loopy. This is good practice for your fingers and hands. You holding your crayons and moving your hands as you make your loops and your shapes and your zigs and your zags. Let's see, what should we do next? How about, I'll do a zigzag. Speaking of zigs and zags, zigzag, 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 zigzag. Zigzag, 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 zigzag. Here we go, zigging and zagging. Okay. I think I'm going to pick a nice red for my next color. Well, my crayons, I gotta find my red. There it is. I think it's down on the bottom. Now, what kind of line should I make for the crayon red? Maybe I'll do a did it already here. I'll do a curvy line again. That's not red. Ugh, these crayons. This is like a pinky red. And I'm making a nice curvy line. You like that? Look how nice it's coming out. All these great lines. All right, my last color, what should I pick? I'm going to dump my crayons so I can get really deep into my crayon box. And I think I'm going to pick a cool color because it's going to be a lot stronger. But I want to find a really good purple. This is a blue violet. That's probably the same as the, oh, that's pretty good. But maybe I'll try a different one. Take your time, make your choices. This is your artistic time, your artistic decision making. I'm not liking any of the colors I'm picking. I want something really strong. I guess I'll do another blue. I guess so. Okay. All right, this time I'm going to make my dash lines. Dash, 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 dash. Not a solid line, it's a broken line made out of dashes. And I'm starting at the top and I'm going all the way to the bottom. Okay, I think I'm done. So now I got to put all these crayons back in this container so we can move on to our next part of the project. Now this next part is going to be messy, so if you have to cover your table, put on some protective clothing or gloves so you don't get yourself all messy. And I'm going to put this over to the side, and we're going to, while we're waiting, we're going to glue this, flatten out your foil. Let's get our foil all ready. The shiny side is going to be face down. We're going to place this cardstock that I sent you. It's going to go in the center. So what you want to do is we want to put glue all on this part here. And then we're going to flip it over, okay? So watch how much glue I put on here. Okay, here we go. Up and down, in and out, all around. And then let me flip this over and stick it right in the middle and press it down. And then we want to fold the sides in. Make it nice and neat. And fold this side in. Nice and neat. Okay, so what we did here was we just made a new background for the next stage. But let's put this aside because we're done with this now. And we're going to get out our plastic bag. Here we go. Hang on, I'm going to get something out, so I'm going to put you on hold for a second, and I'm going to, I can't get my little click up there. I'll be right back, okay? I have to get my water markers. Okay, so I've got my washable markers, and the next thing we need to do is we need to color our grocery bag with the markers. So let's straighten it out and make it nice and flat. And let's just start adding beautiful bright colors just like our artist did. Okay? Let me put this over here. Claudia Chaseling is famous for the bright colors and the dripping organic shapes. See how I'm coloring this? I'm going to switch some colors. These are the scented markers. They smell so good. They're making me hungry. I want to eat these markers. I want to try to cover a lot of this plastic bag so the paper is going to get all these beautiful colors on top of it. And you don't even have to blend the colors because once we spray it with the water, yes, we're going to be spraying with water. That's where the messy part comes in. It's going to blend really well together. We don't need to blend it But if it blends, it's okay. See, the blue blended with the yellow. Guess what color the blue made when it blended with the yellow? Who remembers? What does blue and yellow mixed together make? Who can tell me? Did I hear somebody yell green? Well, if that's what you said, you are so right, and I'm so proud of you. Let's put some orange in here. Oh, look at that beautiful orange. So what's going to happen, this is kind of like a printing process. We're going to create on our paper. We're going to press the paper up against this, all these beautiful colors after we spritzed it with the water, and give it like a printing effect where it transfers onto the paper, which is very exciting. I love this. Blue and red together. Maybe we get some purple out of that. I don't have purple in my marker. Isn't that crazy? There's no purple. But that's okay, because remember what colors mixed together make purple? Blue and red, that's right. So maybe we'll get some blue and red when we spritz this. Because we're going to lay our paper right on top of this. I think I'll do one more patch of orange. Yeah, I'll do green. Yeah, why not? No, I'll do blue. This is your choice. You make whatever colors you want. Oh my goodness, this smells so good. What is this? This is blueberries. Woo! It smells like sugar berries, not blueberries. Okay, now this is the messy part. That's why I say you need to cover your table. So hang on, let me go get the spritzer bottle. I got my spritzer bottle here. And this is going, you're going to need to spritz this about 10 times. 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. You want to get it really wet. Then we're going to take our paper that we made all those beautiful lines on, and we're going to place it right down, face down onto all these fantastic colors, and press. Make sure you get all the corners. You can see it coming right through. It's going to be so cool. We're adding more color to our color. Okay? Just press. Don't rub. Just press. And this is going to be so beautiful. Loving it. Loving it. Okay, so slowly I'm going to lift it up. Holy cow. Look at that. How beautiful is that? So now I'm going to get rid of this because now I'm done with this. Lay my paper down. Now I can actually throw this away because I've already added color to my beautiful line design. Now we need to let this dry, because when this is dry, we're going to cut this into organic shapes, and we're going to glue it to our aluminum foil canvas and create a beautiful collage. So let's let our papers dry, and we'll meet back here when they're all done, okay? So I'll see you in a little while. Okay guys, mine's dry, so I'm ready to go into the next stage. I'm going to turn it over, and I'm going to make more lines on the back. So come on down. I want you to see what I'm going to do next, and I want you to do the same. I'm going to grab a crayon or a marker. It makes no difference. And I want to make 2 lines horizontally and 2 lines vertically. Make them different lines. Here I'm making a curvy line, and I'll make a zigzag line. Make them big zigzags and big curves. And then maybe I will make a straight line, and the other line might be, let's see, what other kind of line should I put in? Zigzag, curvy, another wavy kind of a line. So I have 2 lines going vertically and 2 lines going horizontally. Can you see that? Now I want you to take a scissor and cut all your pieces out. Cut along your line. That's why I said to make the shapes big, because we're creating these organic shapes because we're going to glue them together onto our foil back to create a beautiful collage. And don't worry if you're not exactly on the lines. It doesn't really matter. Not worried about perfection. We're here to enjoy, our process. Okay? See, I make mistakes too. I'm making all these organic shapes. See how they're all coming out? How beautiful. Okay, now let's put these to the side and let's get out our foil canvas and we're going to start collaging. And collaging is where we glue the pieces around and on and in, however you feel it looks good. And don't worry if it hangs over the side, because we could always come back and trim whatever's hanging over. And this is what collaging is. And we've got all our beautiful designs that we've created with our lines. And I think this looks really fabulous. I don't know about you, but I think it looks fabulous. Keep moving it around until you find exactly where you want everything to be. Make sure you have your colors, you know, spread out across your canvas. Oh, I love this. Love it, love it, love it. Maybe I'll put this guy here. And don't be afraid if you want to overlap some pieces. That's quite fine. Don't be afraid. What's nice is the silver from the foil shining through all these great lines and colors. All right, I think that my composition now is balanced, and I think the placement of all of my pieces are working. I'm going to keep working this one. This one I want to keep trying until I find the right way. I think that's it. Okay. All right, so now I'm going to glue these all down. So let's take our liquid glue and glue the backs of our papers and stick them on our foil. I think these colors came out fantastic. What do you think? You guys are real artists. Claudia Chaseling would be very proud of you. These are inspired by her wonderful works with her large-scale paintings on concrete floors and walls, very large scale, organic shapes and bright colors. So pretty. That's what we're doing. We're inspired by her creativity. And that's a good artist. When an artist inspires others to create, that's really good. That means she's excited something inside to make you want to create. And that's a good thing. It's always a good thing to be inspired and be creative. Look at how this is coming out. This is fantastic. Again, don't worry if it's hanging over the sides, because we could go back and trim. Okay? So you're keeping in mind balance. Your composition, make sure it's balanced. You don't have all your pieces on one side and nothing on the other, which is a principle of design. We have our beautiful colors, which is the element of art. And we also have our lines, which is also an element of art. And I have some pieces overlapping, so it's giving us the kind of illusion of space. That's another element of art. Now I'm going to flip it over. Remember I said we could trim those pieces? I'm also going to flatten, make sure everything's flattened and stuck on nice. And I'm just going to trim whatever's hanging over and make this complete. There's not too many pieces hanging over, so I'm not overly concerned. And voila, here is the most beautiful abstract collage inspired by Claudia Chaisling, the German female abstract artist. So what do you think? Is it not beautiful or what? I do. I think it's beautiful. I think it's gorgeous. I really wish I could see what you're doing. Maybe your teachers will take pictures and send it to me so I can see. And remember, have fun with this. Don't stress. Make lines, different colors. Change your crayon colors. Change your lines, shapes. Make them zigzag, looping, curvy, broken lines, solid lines, fat lines, thin lines. Any kind of line you could think of. And just create and enjoy the process. Because I know I did. So, that's it for today, boys and girls. I hope you really enjoyed this. This is Miss Lisa, your art teacher, saying ciao for now from my table of art. And I'll see you guys next week. Bye-bye.